Hi, welcome to Snow Better Lifestyle. If you are new here, my name is Donna. I am 60 years old. I will be 61 in March. I raised 6 kids who are ages 27 to 39 years old. They will be 28 to 40 next year in like less than 12 hours. Next year is in less than 12 hours. So I was not going to do another video for this year. I had said I was, done, but I decided I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about what happened over the holiday vacation, because there were a couple milestones that I was working on, and yeah, it was actually kind of exciting. So I did my shots, both my shots, since the last time I talked to you. I took them on Saturday as per usual. I did not weigh until like this morning. And it looks like I am around the same weight I was the last time I did an update. I'm at like between 247 and 249. This morning I was 247. Tonight I'm 249. So I think it's just a matter of water retention or whatever. But considering there were times I wasn't as careful as usual, and I actually enjoyed myself and ate what I wanted, I did pretty good. And like I said, I continued my shot. So I did my shot each Saturday like I usually do. Although one time I did do it like at 5 o'clock in the morning before I got on the plane. So that one was kind of interesting because I'd done it like many hours before I normally do it. I usually do it around noon on Saturday, and I did it like at 5 o'clock. And I just started to feel some of the effects a little bit earlier than usual, which was fine. So one of the big things, which seems really silly for some people, was that I wanted to be able to get on the plane and not have to ask for an extension. I got on the plane and I did not have to ask for an extension. I had to do an interesting little dance to try and get the two things connected, but they clicked. And I told the entire plane. I just, oh my gosh, I don't have to ask for an extension. Oh my gosh. I mean, unless you've actually been in that situation where you had to ask for an extension. I mean, I started this journey in November of 2023 at 311 pounds. And yeah, so that was a really big deal for me. Now, on the way home, I had to ask for an extension. And it was just a matter of like an inch or two, it was just really, and it was a little bit, not really depressing per se, but I was like, oh, I was able to go without an extension on the way. Why do I have to go with an extension on the way home? And I think it was just mainly because I went really early in the morning to go to Vegas to see my kids. It was like, I got on the plane at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then on the way home, it was like 5 o'clock at night. So that, I think, has a big difference because I do tend to retain water. Things I learned about myself, because the first time I'd been on a plane for like 5 years, first time I'd been on vacation, basically the first time I'd left the state since the pandemic, because I was home for 4 years taking care of my mom, and I didn't go anywhere because I didn't want to bring something home. So bring some virus or something home. So I was like here all the time, every day, all day. And so this was my first time out of the house, not out of the house, I should say. I've done other stuff since, but out of the state, on a plane, going to see my kids. A couple things I learned about how I manage the whole thing. While I was out, I didn't drink as much water. It was harder to get my water in. I tried. I drank bottled water. I found ways to get water. I chose water. I drank a bunch of water at the restaurant. but it wasn't the amount of water that I drink when I'm at home. So that was one thing that I have to watch if I'm going to make more trips like this and I want to continue to lose the weight. Water was available to me, but I didn't do as much. I did not take my blood pressure pills while I was out. It was sitting in my purse, in my bag or whatever, and I kept forgetting to take it. And that does make a big difference in terms of how much water you retain. And I think might have been why I had to get an extension on the way home. So that was one of the things that was a big deal for me on my trip to see my kids. And the other kind of interesting thing is that I felt smaller. You know, keep in mind, again, this time last year, I was 304 pounds in January of 2024. And even though there was a little bit of a challenge in terms of the seat belt and having to get an extension on the way home, I didn't feel as big or like I was filling up in the other person's seat. Now, the people that sat next to me were not big people, so that could have had something to do with it. They weren't, they were normal average size. So, but I can remember times when I have been in the plane where the entire time I was like this, so that my arms and my shoulder and my sides didn't touch them, just out of respect, and I didn't feel like I had to do that, so I felt a little smaller in that regard, so that was good. I also I had, my gates were far, and in the past when I would travel, I was just absolute basket case because I would be, like I told you before, when I was bigger, my back, the bottom of my spine would be in so much pain if I walked for more than 5 minutes. I was tooling down that airport like nobody's business, like I had been doing that for years. And I felt that, that change, that difference. Granted, I'm older, I'm 60, I'm feeling it in my bones, I feel it in my knees, I feel in all other aspects, but I was able to get to the gate, back and forth, no problem, no worries, not having to sit down every 10 minutes. So that was a huge, huge deal. And like I said, I just felt smaller. So that's a positive. Now, this coming year, I am shooting for Wonderland. So I am at between 247 and 250 right now. I will be weighing myself on Saturdays now instead of Sundays. The day that I do my actual shot and my weigh-in, I will also do a video, and that video will be out hopefully by mid-afternoon on Saturdays, and then I'll let you know in community if there's some reason why it won't come out on Saturday, just to keep everything up to date. And I have to say, as the year is winding up or winding down, that the fact, at first when I first started, I was just doing this, recording the videos for myself. And I still kind of am. But it has helped knowing that there are people who are watching, liking. I get comments on occasion. I don't get them all the time, but I get comments on occasion. But it's helped me for the past year, for this almost 65 pounds that I've lost in the last year, to keep going. The shot, taking the medicine, it helps with the appetite suppressant, and it helps with other aspects of it. It helps with my A1C, it helps with my blood pressure. But making sure that I do a video every single week and that I'm accountable to myself and to other people has really, I think, made a difference on how successful this has been. I've been really careful with what I eat, with the water, etc. But I did find that when I was in an environment that I don't control, like at my daughter's house, I was staying in a hotel for a couple days, things like that, I have to pay more attention to things like the water, like making sure I take my blood pressure pill, that sort of thing. Otherwise, even though I was taking my shot, there weren't a whole lot of side effects. A little bit tired, things like that, but nothing that got in the way of my enjoyment of the trip. Seeing my adult children after I hadn't seen them all together for many, many years was a huge, huge deal. I am just so grateful that we were able to figure out, because they live in different states and they all have their work schedules and their relationships and everything else. So it's really tough to get everybody together in one place. So on Sunday, I got in on Saturday. Actually, I take that back. I think I got in on Friday. But on Sunday morning, oh no, actually I got in on Saturday morning. On Sunday morning, my son got in, my daughter and her boyfriend got in, and a bunch of my kids lived together in the same house. So it was half my kids were coming in, and we went to breakfast, which was great. I had some eggs and yeah, so it was really, really good. I think it's called Morning News was the place. It's in Vegas. And so we went to breakfast all together, all 9 of us. And then we went to my son's hotel suite and did a Secret Santa. So we exchanged gifts because we had already picked people. So that was awesome. We sat there and we exchanged gifts. My son got me this Blockbuster puzzle. For those of you who know me, you know that I love, the puzzle hobby became a thing this year. I haven't always been a big fan of puzzles, but yeah. So he got me this, and I had put it on my list because you put stuff on the list for the Secret Santa so they can pick stuff. But this is really memorable, I guess, because when I was a young mom and I had 2 kids in a stroller, 1 in the front pack, 1 in the backpack, and 2 on the side, 6 little ones, because my kids were, I had 6 kids in 12 years, so they were all really young. But we used to walk up to the Blockbuster that was up the street, and I would take my kids, double stroller, front pack, backpack, kids on the side, and we would go up there and pick a couple movies for Friday night, and pick up, it's not U-Bake, there was a Papa Murphy's. We would pick up a Papa Murphy's pizza, and then we would go home, cook the pizza, and we would sit and watch movies. So this, and we went to Blockbuster to do it, so this was a big deal. This was a really big deal. So this was really, and I've already started it. I'm already working on it. So I got that from my son. And then one of my daughters decided she was going to break the rules. And she got everybody a gift. So she got me these, those of you who know me know my last name is Snow. That's why my channel is called Snow Better Lifestyle. So she got me these little, these are so cute. And they're little measuring spoons. They're ceramic, so I'm being extra careful with them. Really, really cute. I love it. So she got me that. And so we did that. We did the Secret Santa thing and we exchanged gifts. And then we went to dinner to China Mama. And I had tofu for the first time. Yes, I'm not lying. 60 years old. It was the first time I actually ate tofu because my oldest daughter had ordered tofu. It was like a family style thing. So she ordered some and she just tried it. I'm like, oh, ew, I don't like tofu. Don't be trying to make me eat tofu, yucky. And I tried it and I liked it. So I like tofu, apparently. I guess I have to figure out how to make it. So, and I've realized over the last year just how picky an eater I am. I don't like beans. I don't like peas. So there's some things that I need to learn and get a more sophisticated palate, because I think my palate has been, burgers and fries and, things like that. So I need a little bit more sophisticated palate. So I want to work on that this year. But yeah, so I tried tofu and so that was good. And then all 9 of us went to this theater called Cinnabar. and it's got these really nice the chairs with the legs go up, armchair type things, and we all sat in a row. And I've got some pictures. I'll probably pop at the end so you can see, or you can see in the community channel. In my community, I added some pictures there. So we went and did that, and I had like a Diet Coke or something. I didn't eat any popcorn or candy or anything. I just wasn't up for it by then because we had had China Mama, or we had dinner just before. So overall, the trip was awesome. It was just so great to see all my kids and spend time with them. I went with my youngest to a place called the Writer's Block, which was this little bookshop, and it had a little cafe in it, but it was just really, because my older daughter said, oh, you guys have to go to this place. It's a nice, quaint little store, and and we were expecting like a little tiny store, and it was not. It was a gorgeous, it was not huge. The cafe part was not huge, but the book part where you walked through and looked at stuff. So I went there, and I picked out a couple books for people, and I got some gift cards so that they could come back because it's within walking distance of my daughter's house. So we did that. And then the rest of the time, and then my oldest son and my daughter and her boyfriend had to head back home. So we spent, after we went to Wicked, we spent a little time together, and then we went to breakfast in the morning at a little breakfast restaurant, and then they left and went home. And then I spent the next 3 days at my daughter's house. And my daughter had bought a house in Vegas a couple years ago, and it was built in 1964, and she's renovating it herself. She gets people in for stuff that she can't handle, but she spent a lot of the time putting in a floor. She's putting in some panel stuff and was sitting there hammering and talking, and we sat there and had a lot of conversation. I am a very digital / virtual type person these days because of the type of work I do, but it was really nice to see my kids in person. We talk to each other all the time on Facebook, Messenger, and it's not like I haven't been in contact with them all this time. It's just I haven't seen them in person in like 4 or 5 years, except my oldest daughter who came down when my mom had her stroke. But I mean, in all of them together. So it was really wonderful to see them. And it also broke some of my fears. I had some fears about going anywhere because of because I didn't want to get sick or bring something home and get my mom sick, that sort of thing. So I kind of broke my being stuck, so it was fantastic. And then I don't feel like I felt like I was a little bit more flexible than I thought I was going to be, because I've been doing this for as far as Mounjaro and the weight loss and everything else. So I don't think I gained but maybe a pound or so, and then lost it and gained it and lost it. You know what I mean? I didn't eat a whole lot, but I did learn that I have to pay more attention to the water, like I said, and taking my my one pill that I have to take beyond the Mounjaro. And other than that, though, I got a lot of walking around, a lot of exercise. I wasn't stopping anybody from going because it used to be if we went to the mall, oh, Mom, go ahead and sit here. We'll be right back. We're going to go to such and such a store. We went to the mall, too. We're going to go to, go ahead and sit down, Mom. We're going to go. But I was able to keep up. And that is huge. So overall, 2024 was kind of a rough year. But the one big overriding thing is that I did lose nearly 65 pounds. Proved my health, and even amid the issues we're having with our own matriarch who fell, broke her hip, had a stroke, so all those things were affecting our overall feelings. She's doing okay right now. I'm planning to go see her because one of my kids had bought her a little Beanie Baby with a card and stuff. So the next time I go visit her, I will bring that for her. But I am looking forward to 2025. Like I said, as far as the channel is concerned, I am going to be doing Saturdays instead of Sundays. I'm still going to be doing Dia & Co. and Wantable. I'm going to be doing some Temu hauls, and I'm going to see, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow, but every single Saturday there will be a video. I mean, that really did help me throughout like the 40 weeks that I recorded videos. So I will continue to do that. Please let me know if there's anything in particular you want to know about, hear about, anything you're interested, because one of the things that I feel is part of my value to the community is that I am over 60. I am postmenopausal. I do have health concerns. And there's a certain, group of people that may be interested in saying, hey, I'm going to take Mounjaro. I'm over 60 and I have this, this concern or that concern. Is it safe? Is it okay? Again, not a doctor, but I know for myself how things have worked. I've been on the same titration. I will see what happens this year if I stay on that titration. I did notice a little bit. There was one day this past week that I felt a little out of control in terms of what I was eating. I was, we ordered in like a really nice dinner and I was having a hard time stopping. So I don't know if that was just a one-time thing, but if that happens more, I might have to look at titrating up. But so far, the current 5 milligram Mounjaro has worked for me. It worked for me all year. I lost the weight. I lose 1 pound to 2 pounds a week on average, which is fine for me. I figure by this time next year, I won't be at my goal weight, but I will be in Wonderland, which is the big goal. So this went a little longer than I had planned. Oh, I always do this. Just expect it. So I did get a couple things from Temu, and I didn't have a chance to show you. It's, I've noticed that a lot of the, a lot of the people that I watch are starting to drink out of glass more for their water and their coffee things. I'm trying to get it out, sorry. Okay, so this doesn't have, if you go to Cheryl's Sun, she has the really cute ones that have like, this has some stuff on it. Has Mickey Mouse. Don't mind my nails. My nails are in pretty bad shape right now. But this is from Temu. I got 4 of them. I'll put the price up here. It comes with these 4 glasses and then these little wood things and glass straws. So there are 4 of them. And so I thought I would try drinking some, I don't know if I'll do my water in there, but I think these are 20 ounces. It seems to me they're 20 ounces. So I got 4 of those from Temu. And then I also just bought a, I guess they call it a tajiri thing for above the toilet, the thing that sits up there. So I got this little basket that I thought was cute. I'll put toilet paper or something in it. So I thought that was kind of neat. And I will let you know what the price is on that. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys are having a great New Year's Eve. I will probably post this first thing New Year's Day. And I will see you guys on Saturday. On Saturday, I will do the weigh-in. I will do my shot. And, just let you know how I did in terms of weight. And I will be doing it every Saturday for the foreseeable future. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.